My jealous husband says he won't stop cheating until I understand how it feels. I never thought I'd be sharing this story with strangers on the internet, but I feel so lost and alone. Maybe someone out there can offer some advice, or at least help me feel less isolated. My husband, John, and I have been married for 5 years. From the start, his jealousy was a constant, dark presence in our relationship. He'd get upset if I so much as spoke to a male coworker, questioned every text message, and accused me of flirting with anyone who so much as smiled in my direction. Despite his insecurity, I loved him and did everything I could to reassure him that he was the only one for me. A few months ago, things took a drastic turn for the worse. John's jealousy became more intense. He started tracking my phone, monitoring my social media accounts, and even showing up unannounced at my workplace. His paranoia was suffocating, but nothing could have prepared me for what happened next. One evening, John confronted me with a series of videos. My heart sank as I watched him with multiple women, in our home, in our bed. He had recorded everything. Through tears and anger, I demanded to know why he did this. His response left me speechless and utterly broken. "I wanted you to understand how it feels," he said coldly. "I wanted you to see what it's like to be betrayed." I was devastated. I had never cheated on him, never even considered it. His jealousy had created a twisted reality in his mind, and now it had shattered our marriage. But the worst part was yet to come. John looked me in the eyes and said, "I won't stop. I'll keep cheating on you until you understand how it feels." I felt like my world was crumbling around me. How could the man I loved turn into someone so cruel and vindictive? I never did anything to deserve this. His jealousy had morphed into a monstrous, destructive force, and I was caught in the middle of it. I'm at a loss for what to do next. Part of me wants to leave and never look back, but another part of me remembers the man I fell in love with and hopes that somehow we can find a way to fix this. But his ultimatum haunts me every day, and I don't know how much more I can take. Has anyone else been through something like this? How did you cope? Is there any hope for us? Or is it time to walk away? Update 1. Thank you all for the overwhelming support and advice. Reading your comments and messages has given me a sense of strength and clarity that I desperately needed. Since my last post, I've taken some steps to protect myself. I confided in a close friend about what's been happening. She's been incredibly supportive and has offered me a place to stay if I need it. Knowing I have a safe space to go to has been a huge relief. I also reached out to a therapist who specializes in relationship and trauma counseling. My first session is next week, and while I'm nervous, I know this is a crucial step towards healing. I need to understand how I got to this point and what I can do to rebuild my sense of self-worth. As for John, I confronted him about his behavior. I told him how deeply his actions have hurt me and that his attempts to teach me a lesson were nothing but abuse. I demanded that he seek therapy for his jealousy and control issues if there was any hope of salvaging our marriage. His reaction was mixed. At first, he was defensive and tried to justify his actions, saying I needed to experience the pain he felt. But after seeing how serious I was about leaving, he broke down and admitted that he needed help. He agreed to go to therapy, both individually and as a couple. I'm cautiously optimistic, but I know that real change takes time and commitment. I'm not sure if our marriage can be saved, but I'm willing to give it one last try for the sake of the love we once shared. I've also taken steps to regain my independence. I've opened a separate bank account and started saving money, just in case. I'm making plans to move out temporarily to give myself some space to think and heal. To anyone else going through something similar, please know that you're not alone. Reach out to friends, family, or a professional. You deserve to be in a relationship where you're loved and respected, not one where you're constantly walking on eggshells. Thank you again for your support. I'll update you all as things progress. For now, I'm focusing on taking things one day at a time and finding my inner strength. Final update. It's been a long and grueling 2 years, but I finally have some closure and wanted to share the final update with you all. Your support has meant the world to me, and I hope my story can help others in similar situations. After my last update, John and I attempted therapy, but it quickly became clear that his issues ran too deep and our marriage was beyond repair. His jealousy and controlling behavior didn't improve, and the trust between us was irreparably broken. I knew I had to leave for my own sanity and safety. The divorce process was lengthy and emotionally draining. John fought me on every issue, from the division of assets to spousal support. He tried to use his own infidelity as a weapon, twisting the narrative to paint me as the villain. Thankfully, I had documented everything, including his admissions and threats, which proved invaluable in court. After 2 years of legal battles, the court ruled in my favor. I was granted a substantial amount of alimony, enough to help me start fresh and rebuild my life. Additionally, the court issued a restraining order against John due to his ongoing harassment and threatening behavior throughout the divorce process. Getting that restraining order was a huge relief. It meant I could finally breathe without constantly looking over my shoulder. The weight of the past few years started to lift, and for the first time in a long time, I felt free. Now, I'm focusing on my future. I've moved into a new home, started a new job, and am surrounded by supportive friends and family. The therapy sessions have helped me heal and regain my confidence. I'm rediscovering who I am outside of that toxic relationship, and it feels incredible. To anyone going through a similar experience, please remember that there is hope and support out there. You deserve to be in a healthy, loving relationship, and it's okay to walk away from anything less. Surround yourself with people who care about you, seek professional help, and never be afraid to stand up for yourself. Thank you all again for your kindness and encouragement. This chapter of my life has finally closed, and I'm looking forward to a brighter, happier future. Like and subscribe for more videos.